Hello, YouTubers, and welcome to the Budget Stacker. Today, we're going to be talking about how silver has played a role of money during biblical times. We'll have just a reference to some of the bad things that it's been historically recorded, and some of the great things that have been historically recorded all around silver. So I'm also going to unbox a new coin to my collection. Also part of the stack because it's silver, but that coin was around essentially the same time that Jesus Christ walked this earth. So even for those of you who aren't Christians, there is a historical reference to Jesus that this will talk about. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. I am going to be unboxing a coin that was around, that was essentially on this earth the same time that Jesus walked the earth. So if you're interested, stay tuned because here we go. Well, alrighty then, let's get into our discussion of silver during biblical times and how it was used as money in good ways and in bad ways. What you see before you here is 30 pieces of silver. Now, these are all 1 ounces. There is a role that 30 silver coins played in biblical times in regards to the amount that Judas was given to betray Jesus Christ, as recorded in the Bible. So yeah, this is one of the examples of how silver was used in a very bad way. After betraying Jesus, Judas, who betrayed him, saw that he had been condemned and felt remorse and returned the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and elders, saying, I have sinned and betrayed innocent blood. But they said, what is this to us? See to that yourself. And he threw the pieces of silver into the temple sanctuary and departed. And he went away and hanged himself. So the chief priests took the pieces of silver and said, it is not lawful to put them into the temple treasury, since it is the price of blood. And they conferred together, and with the money bought the potter's field as the burial place for strangers. And for this reason, that field has been called the field of blood to this day. So that's obviously a real negative use of silver in biblical times, but it does convey that it was used as money for nefarious purposes, so far as bribing Judas initially, but this amount of silver was enough to buy a field, essentially, that they were going to make into this burial spot for strangers, so field of blood, essentially. So that's kind of a negative example of silver. Was used as money, of course, and had value, enough value in this case for Judas to do something horrendous. And even for those of you who aren't Christians, I mean, that is a historical record. So, hopefully you can respect that aspect of it. Now, this always has got me kind of wanting to get a particular piece of silver I've always heard about in the Bible. And today I was able to do that. One of the things that's fascinated me about silver's role within biblical times, not so much the 30 pieces, which was a very negative aspect, but another one involving the scriptures. Luke 20:21 talks about when the scribes and the chief priests were trying to entrap Jesus in one of his teaching sessions with the people. They essentially wanted him to go against Caesar, the Roman emperor, who was over Israel at the time. That would make him, essentially, that would be something that would be against the law in those times. So they tried to trick him. In Luke 20:21, it says, they questioned him, saying, Teacher, we know that you speak and teach correctly, and you are not partial to any, but teach the way of God in truth. Is it lawful for us to pay taxes to Caesar or not? But he detected the trickery and said to them, Show me a denarius. Whose likeness and inscription does it have? They said, Caesar's. And he said to them, Then render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's. And they were unable to catch him in a saying and in presence of the people, and being amazed at his answer, they became silent. So the Roman denarius has always intrigued me because of that, because he asked them to show them a denarius, particularly the Roman denarius that would have been around at that time. So I got something, and this, I haven't really unwrapped it. I just took a peek at it without unwrapping it. But this is probably not for silver stacking. It is silver, but it is a denarius. And from what I can gather, this is an NGC certified coin. It appears to be from the time that this could have been the very denarius that the chief priests were pulling out to show, yes, it's Caesar on there. So these have always intrigued me, particularly anything that might have been around at that particular time. Obviously as a Christian, that has special meaning for me, but even for those who made to see the historical significance, this is a very old coin. So we're going to take our first look at it here. This is the oldest thing I've ever owned in my entire life. So let me go ahead and take this out of the package. Okay, I'll get the paperwork off to the side. Wow. Okay. Now, when I did see this, it it is on a slab. This is the first thing I've ever gotten a slab. Obviously, if you're stacking, this is not going to be, it's got silver content to it, but it's not like something to build your stack on. That I'm not even going to say what price I paid for it, because for all I know, I got ripped off. Seemed like a reputable seller though. So let's take it out of the paper bag and get a little better look. Okay. Wow. Okay. So it is rated F by NGC. That's fine. I mean, you can see a good amount of detail. It's not like the very best, but consider this. This is it says Roman Empire, Augustus, 27 BC. I always think of it as before Christ, but I know it's technically not, because I think Christ's time when he was on Earth was about 4 BC up to about 30 or 33 BC, 33 probably. So this goes from 27 BC up to AD 14. I always think of that as after death. I know it's not exactly correct, but it is a denarius. Lugdunum. I thought it was Augustus was the Caesar. I'm not sure what that means. It does have the number. I did check it out NGC. It was legit. That's a cool thing about these that you can find. You can actually confirm the number and everything. This is punch press. I think they just punched it with the image itself. You see it's pretty high relief on the Caesar side there. I mean, it's seen some action. Obviously, it's a very old coin. Let's flip it around. Okay, I don't think it quite goes that way. I think that's how the other side would be. Or let's see, is it like that? And probably like that. Okay. But this coin, this is pure collector time. This is not stacking. I just wanted one denarius. particularly because of that passage. This is the point from my research, I believe, where the silver content was actually higher. Believe it or not, one of the reasons for the fall of the Roman Empire is they also diluted their money, but in that time, money was silver and gold and bronze, but they slowly decreased the amount of silver that was in their coins. Kind of sounds similar, doesn't it? Decreasing the value of their currency ever so slightly, making it less and less pure until it got to the point where it wasn't viewed as valuable as it had been in the past. Roman Empire did last a considerable amount of time, though. This is more of a historical coin to have in my collection. Really happy to have this. Sorry for the glare there. I'll just put that around there so it looks kind of like, oh, but yeah, that's something I always wanted to have, because for me personally as a Christian, I just loved that particular part of Scripture where he's talking about this very coin, the denarius. And I did want to find one that I could, if I could, around the time where it could have been possibly the one that was held up as who is on that denarius, the question that Jesus raised to the chief priests who were trying to trick him. But a cool part of history, it is in a slab, NGC. I really won't buy these if it wasn't, because I have no idea about these. I'm not a collector. I'm mostly a stacker. But I just wanted to have this. So I guess for this portion of my silver stack, I'm a collector. But very cool. Just wanted to have one. Hope you enjoyed checking out this little piece of history as well with me, and talking essentially about the importance of and role that silver has played in biblical times. If you do, please do give us a thumbs up. It really does encourage us YouTubers to share more videos and provide more content. I love to have your subscription as well. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much. Have an awesome day, awesome evening, dusk, whatever it happens to be for you, and God bless. Take care.